Check out our Purdue Report every Wednesday with Jake Dunn talking Purdue football and basketball. We will preview the USC game on Friday, then react to that one next Saturday. Please tune in for all of those and go subscribe on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, SoundCloud, or YouTube, and share. Welcome back to the Central Indiana Sports Report, Purdue fans, for today's reaction to Purdue's 34-17 win over the Southern Illinois Salukis. And joining me is Jake Dunn with his reaction. Jake, when I was watching the game, a lot of times I kind of like that about this. I kind of like that. But a lot of the game I spent going, well, that's just not going to work against good Big Ten teams. Yeah. What did you like and what concerned you?
I tell you what concerned me, coming out and allowing 14 first quarter points against SIU, and I know
ugly.
I know they're a ranked FCS team, but still, that's not what you want to see from a defense that is supposed to be pretty improved from last year, and I think they are. But yeah, watching
the first quarter sure didn't show that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we got to give some props to Coach Shear and the defensive staff on making adjustments to kind of tighten things down for the rest of the game. But yeah,
no doubt
that first quarter was a little rough on the defense. But I guess kind of on the flip side, the offense. I saw they popped up a stat on the game. It was the first game in like a long time for Purdue where they haven't had a punt in the first half, and so props to the defense for eating up clock and scoring on every drive. I thought that was kind of a bright side. I thought Ryan Brown, he impressed me quite a bit. I think I'm subconsciously kind of doubting his skill based off how the season went last year, but the Ball State game and the game against SIU, they really impressed me with Ryan Brown, and he had some misses still, but he's a redshirt sophomore, I think, redshirt, and he's started a handful of games in the Big Ten, so I think he's going to get better as time goes on. So far through two games, completing 65% of his passes, he's thrown for almost 500 yards. 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. So I try not to kind of get my hopes up. I got to run myself. It's just Ball State. It's just SIU. But I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing so far from Ryan Brown as well. He can run the ball and is definitely improved as a passer over the off season.
Yeah, after that rough start and me kind of scratching my head thinking, well, who are they going to beat if they can't stop Southern Illinois? That being said, they are 2-0 after winning a game last year. They've doubled their win total. I guess I shouldn't be too negative, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And Barry Odom starts off 2-0, the first Purdue coach to do so since Cleo O'Donnell back in 1916. So it's been a while since.
That is a bad stat.
Yeah.
I remember producer Susie and I were still dating when Joe Tiller had his first game as Purdue's coach, and they lost to a MAC team. I think it might have been Toledo, but don't quote me on that. And then they turned around and beat Notre Dame. So, yes, not even Joe Tiller went 2-0. Crazy. That is a crazy stat. More than 100 years.
Yeah. And like you said, Purdue's doubled their win total from last year. So I think fans are kind of sighing a sigh of relief here after seeing the first two games, and I think we're really going to find out a lot about this team next week against USC. Having them at home, I think this is kind of I don't want to say the perfect kind of setup for that, but you needed to come out here and win both these games, pretty decidedly, and I think they've done that, for the most part. And if Purdue can pull off the upset, I think I saw a line earlier, and Purdue's 21-point underdog at home against USC. But if Purdue can somehow pull off the upset. It looks like Barry Odom would be the first Purdue coach since 1905 to start 3-0. So yeah, it's not a
That
lot
would
of
be.
early success for Purdue coaches. It looks like.
By the way, USC has scored 134 points through 2 games. I just wanted to point that
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
So they better come into the game with a better game plan defensively than they did against Southern Illinois. That's for sure.
I think SIU stacked up. I think it was about 150 yards and 14 points in the first quarter, and then the rest of the
Yeah.
game, they held them to less than 150 yards and only 3
It was like there
points.
was no defense there for many of those plays. It was
Yeah,
it was concerning. It did get a lot better, and like you said, kudos on the adjustments. That's an important part of the game. Also coming out with a game plan not to give up 14 points in the first quarter
yeah,
and 150 yards. That would also be good. On offense, Jake, Devin Mockabee was the game plan. He had the ball more than half of the touches on offense, which is a great game plan against Southern Illinois when you can control it up front. That said, if they can control the line of scrimmage against USC, is there a chance that Mockabee could run for 130 yards again? That can control the pace and stay in that game.
yeah. I think so. I thought if you take a look at what Ball State kind of did, they forced Purdue to throw the ball, and that's why Ryan Brown burned them for over 300 yards in week one. And I think SIU saw that and like, okay, well, we kind of got to prepare for that too, so we can't just stack the box like Ball State did. So that opened things up for Devin Mockabee, and I think myself and a lot of other Purdue fans were pretty a little worried after the performance on the ground against Ball State. He only had Mockabee only had like 50 yards or so. So it was, you kind of had some doubts about the O line, but they came out and kind of showed us up. And Mockabee ran for 126 yards, 32 carries, and 2 touchdowns, all career highs for him. So now up to 185 yards on the season and 3 touchdowns. And man, he's got a knack for making tacklers miss. I mean, they call him Crazy Legs, and that's the perfect nickname for him. So there's times where I'm like, I don't know how he got out of that tackle or kind of dodged that tackle. So yeah, he's
Not going to break a
he's a
lot
heck
of
of a
long
player.
ones, but he's not going to break a lot of long ones, but he's going to get you those extra yards. That's for you. And I also thought Ryan Brown was impressive when he ran, and I liked when Antonio Harris got the ball as well.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if this is starting to be a trend for Purdue. Antonio Harris started as a walk on. I think he might be on scholarship now, but yeah, Mockabee started as a walk on too. And yeah,
Whoa.
we're really impressed with what I've seen from Antonio Harris. Purdue brought in Malachi Thomas from Virginia Tech, and I think everybody kind of leading up to the season anticipated him being the number 2 back, but Antonio Harris was kind of taking a spot, and so yeah, after Mockabee departs after this season, it seems like if things go well, Purdue might still be in good hands.
And now Armand Branch has 3 catches on the year, 2 touchdowns, both the first touchdown of the game. So is that like the game plan? Go to him early.
I think Branch and Ryan Brown have built a good chemistry, probably stemming from their times in practice on the second and third teams, building that last year and leading up to this year. Have built a lot of chemistry. So I don't know if they've got a Randy Moss, Tom Brady type of connection, but it sure seems like it. And I've been impressed with what I've seen from him too.
Producer Susie has a question about our favorite Purdue player.
Are we going to finally get a big week from Nitro Tuggle?
Yeah, I mean, I saw, or was glad to see him catch that pass for a touchdown, and
Yeah.
I think there was another pass, if I remember correctly, that he dropped that would have been a pretty big play or a good completion. So yeah, I think he's as the season goes on, he's going to get stronger and get better.
Hoosier legend, of course.
Yeah,
From Goshen.
Hoosier legend.
Love the name, love the hair, love the personality. Now we just want some 100-yard games out of them, and I think they're coming.
Talent-wise, I feel like last season Purdue had a lot of good talent on Purdue, but whether it was coaching or just concentration. Obviously, it didn't work out last year, so I think the talent might be roughly the same, but overall, I mean, it's just the room has just improved quite a bit, and I think that does stem from coaching and the discipline and structure that Coach Odom's brought to this team.
All right, Jake and I will be back later this week with a Purdue report where we'll talk a little bit more about this game, and we will preview the USC game, and then we will do an official preview of Purdue USC later in the week, and then, like we're doing right now, recap that one, and we will do that throughout the season. Jake, sometimes we'll be joined by guests, sometimes it'll be just the two of us, but really appreciate you joining us, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you having me, and looking forward to it next week.
The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.